Hello and welcome to the home of Snowrunner News. I'm UK Gamer 828 and I take you through the latest what's going on in the Snowrunner community. So here we are Monday morning, and what are we expecting this week? Now last week we had the, well, it looks like it will be, is the last update on the PTS. Now the PTS is the public test server, which is a test environment for anyone who's got a PC. They can go and download the latest version of the game, which is 10.4, and have a go on it, and if they want to report bugs on it, then they can do. Now I've been on Discord over the weekend and checked it all this morning, and the bugs don't look that bad. They really don't. So it does look like that was probably the last update. So what does that mean? That means that it will be going for console approval and will be coming out soon. Now I don't like that word soon because it's very, well, it could be any time, but at the end of the day I expecting an update. Now updates come on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We never get an update on a Thursday or Friday, just in case. And a lot of the companies, they don't do that because they don't want to release something on a Friday and then have a load of issues and they can't sort it out. This is why most of the time it comes out on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So obviously we're not going to get an update this week. We might get an update next week though. It might be that soon for phase 2. We are going to be getting the October community update this week, and that should give us a little more information about what's going on. Now before I go any further, I've got to thank the over 2,000 subscribers who have joined the channel this month. The channel is growing crazy, couldn't be happier. And I don't want to just thank the subscribers, I want to thank all the viewers as well, because I know there's a lot of you who don't subscribe, and you don't need to. At the end of the day, if you like my content, then you hit the like button, then the algorithm recognizes that, and what it will do is every time I put a video in, it will post it to you. And if you're a disliker, thank you very much as well. I love those dislikes coming in. It shows you're gaining traction when you've got dislikes. And the same thing with dislikes. If you keep hitting the dislike, then the algorithm won't show you my latest videos. So if you're saying, oh, I don't see his videos anymore, and it's like, well, that's the algorithm doing its thing to say, well, you said you don't like his content, so we're not going to show it. So thank you all very much for liking, sharing, and everything, and viewing basically, because without you guys viewing I wouldn't be doing this. So this week, hopefully in the next couple of, well, I do know the community update is going to come in the next couple of days, so we're waiting on that. I'll get back to you on that as soon as that comes. Now these mods I've got lined up. Now if you haven't seen this before, I've done a couple of videos on it so far. Now these are all the mods which I think are coming to console. Ow, bloody hell, what's that? I got a fly in my eye there and it's causing me to wink. Oh, wink loads. Oh, anyway, yeah. So these are supposedly, might be, but it's just me speculating, wink wink, and we will see what happens, because nothing's confirmed, because Saber and Focus don't want to tell us all. They like playing the hype game, and they want to keep it all under wraps. So this is what I think will be coming to the game. Now I've been through a lot of these already, and if you want to go and watch the other video, then we can go through. You can go through and check that out, because we're not going to run through them all each time. So today's extra vehicles we've added for console mods. Now you can see we got the Golub over there, which is part of the max pack I've been testing for console, and that will be pending approval as well as soon as it's finished. We've still got quite a bit of testing to do on that. I've been doing that with XD00DX001, and I'm currently working with a couple of other modders as well, and we're doing testing on some of their mods. Now we've got the two Terrarians there. We got the 6-wheel drive and the 8-wheel drive, and it would be nice to see that one tweaked a little bit. And then we've also got some of the other models which I showcased the other day by MaxMite181, which these are all should be coming to console basically. And then we move on down, and you can see we have some new additions Now there's no reason for these next load of mods here not to be coming to console, because on the approval there's nothing to really stop these three here. We've got the Shabazz or Chabors or whatever you like to call it, and then the M181, and then also the Cybertruck, and then I've also got out the Ford CLT Max, which that's got quite a lot of modifications on that. And then we've also been working on the monster trucks, where I know there's a lot of you want some monster trucks, because there's going to be some maps for them specifically, so you can just have the crack with the monster trucks and all good really. So we've got the Skate there, and I showcased the Hummer the other day, and then we've also got the Yar Max, and also we've had an update on the twin steer, which now we have a steering back axle. It's not both steering wheels, it's just the rear steering. Now that is brilliant. It makes a big difference for the maneuverability of the vehicle, because it can be a little bit of a pain in the arse anyhow. So now it's been no secret that over the last I'd say 2-3 weeks now that the modders have been repacking their mods, because they had to repack them in a different way in order them to come to console ready for release. Now the file sizes of that, there's some of the YouTubers have been saying, oh yeah, saying this, that and the other, and to be honest about it at the moment, we still don't know on what file sizes are going to be, because they're all repacked for PS4, Xbox and PC. Now I can't see that if you're on PS4 you're not going to be downloading Xbox One and PC files, because that will just make the game too big, and why would you have content on your system that you don't need? So it's a bit unclear on what actually is going to happen with the file sizes, but as soon as I know a little bit more on that, I will let you know. Now the other thing I wanted to touch on today was probably the two most, well, these two vehicles are the ones what I know that a hell of a lot of people want. There are a lot more others, but what's the chances of something like this coming to console? Well, as it is currently, the problems with this one would be the Dodge on the front there, and on the side the Ram, that probably would be a little bit of an issue, but that can be changed, and the same with the Dodge, whereas we haven't got licensing for Dodge currently. So there's still a chance all this stuff can still come in, it just needs to be changed. Now I've worked with farming simulator mods for quite a few years now, and it's the same sort of thing where you can bring models into the game as long as they are slightly tweaked, so they're not an exact replica of that vehicle and they have no branding. So the Dodge won't come out with Dodge branding unless they get a license for it. Now on the October community update I expect to hear a little bit more, because they did say they're going to tell us a little bit more about the approval process for it. Now so let's move on to the Duramax. Now this is another one, I did a couple of videos the other day, and I can't, there it is, there, you can select it now, and this is another one what I know a lot of people like, and they really want to see it coming into the game. Now with this one, for instance, it's a Chevrolet, so chances are that this could come into the game. Now this is pending whether the modder wants to bring it to the game, but to be honest, it's like the amount of people who've downloaded it for PC, when the console mods come out, that figure is going to explode. I know it is, because I've been doing a little bit of research myself, and it's going to explode. Now we're coming up to nearly 4 million downloads for PC. I expect that figure to be probably a 4 million. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in a day or a couple of days or at least a week of console mods actually coming out. So something like this is very likely to be coming to console mods. I can't confirm any of this because it's all top secret at the moment, and I'm not in the know anyway, because they're not going to tell somebody like me, because I'm just going to tell you. It's as simple as that. I don't see the point of holding back. We've all been, now I don't know if you realise that on the 28th of this month, Snowrunner has been out for 6 months. So that's 6 months of waiting for console mods. Now, I was sold it as well when I first got the game, And even on my first Snowrunner news, we were talking about mods coming in a few weeks, because that's what they implied. They didn't spell it out, but they didn't not spell it out either. So it has been a hell of a long time waiting, really has. But for models like this, I can't see why, especially when they have branding for Chevrolet, why this wouldn't come into the game. Hopefully the October community update will tell us a little bit more on that, and tell us about how it's going to happen with... I'd like to know about file sizes, because there's a lot of talk, everyone wants to know on how many mods we can bring into the game. Whereas in Farming Simulator, for instance, now in my game on Farming Simulator, I've got... oh, bloody hell, I've got probably at least 120 mods which are loaded into my games every time. I'm not sure if it's going to work quite the same with Snowrunner, but we hopefully will be a little bit clearer on that as soon as we get the October community update. If they're going to tell us that information, they might even wait. Now, for us to have console mods into the game, we need Phase 2. Phase 2 needs to drop, because in the game at the moment you have not got a mod browser. It doesn't exist. So if you wanted to bring mods into the game, you couldn't do, because it doesn't exist. So as soon as that happens, that will enable us to bring mods into the game. Now there's some of the people saying we'll have an update and all this sort of stuff. It's like, no, we won't be having any updates whatsoever. As soon as we have a mods browser, they can be brought into the game. So it's as simple as them just turning it on and saying, right, you can have mods in that browser. And that's what will happen. Simple as that. So the console mods date is getting closer and closer, and we're not going to get any sort of release date. They're not even going to tell us release date with the October community update. I'd be very surprised if they did, but I very much doubt it, because we're going to, because of the PTS now is done 10.4, and they said there's no more updates. So that tells me that the approval process for that has started. Now normally that takes a maximum of 2 weeks, and because they only release on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're not getting it this week, possibly next week, but it would probably be the week after. Now I am speculating this, I'm not, nobody's told me this, that and the other. It's just what I know, and over the last 6 months where I've been covering Snowrunner news, you get to know an idea of what's going on and what's what. So that's the crack. So that is your update on Snowrunner console mods, and this week we're just waiting for that October community update, and then we should be a little bit more knowledgeable of what's going on and when we're likely to see it. Well, the main thing is we need to get Phase 2 dropped. As soon as that drops, then that will enable the modders to do their stuff to prepare them for console. Now, the reason I know there is a lot of mods being prepared is I went onto PC going back about 3 weeks ago, and obviously I'm on there downloading mods and what have you, and you wouldn't believe the amount of updates which is going on over the last couple of weeks. Now these are all updates to bring them to console mods, and like I said, it is pretty secret. They don't want us to let us know, but they can't hide information like that. I see it every day. Like I went in there today and there's like 74 updates on the last few mods, and it's like, wow, look at all these. Now some of them are just tweaks where they've just changed certain things on the vehicle, but most of them are preparing them, repacking them into a package for console mods. So watch this space. We should know a lot more very, very soon. I'm hoping by the end of this week we should have a date on Phase 2. However, Sabre and Focus do like to not give us too much notice. We normally get it's normally about 2 to sort of 5 days notice. Normally it's only a couple of days, and they say, yeah, we're getting an update, and it's going to be, if they say it on a Monday, it'd be coming on a Wednesday, or it'd be on a Friday and it's coming Monday, that sort of thing. But one thing you can be assured of is that the update will be on a Monday, Tuesday, or a Wednesday. So anyone else saying any different, they're full of poo. As simple as that. Righto, well that is your update for Snowrunner news. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you did, I will see you on the next one. And like I said, thank you all for subscribing, watching and viewing. Till the next time, goodbye.